Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia. Haven't been on for a few days. It's been doing stuff. Always got to have that glass of water, don't I? That mouthful of water before I start. Now, I'm going to be working on my piece for the Roxy Journal of Stitchery, but I wanted to show you a couple of things. When I say I wanted to show you how to use the ribbon for doing ribbon embroidery, because I'm going to use a bit of that. And then I'm going to make different sorts of flowers with different, because I want to out of different things. We have ribbon ones, we'll have lace ones, we'll have embroidered ones, we'll have one, there'll be different flowers, because I really enjoy making the flowers. Now I've collected up goodies, okay? I've collected up goodies. This here is a nice little nest of crochet threads or pearl cotton that a lot of it I got from the N.S.W, and I rolled it off because the majority of them were brand new anyway, and I just rolled them off onto here, so I've still got plenty of that left. Now the air conditioner decided to turn on because I was getting extremely hot. But anyway, and then now I've also got this bit of gold, because it probably couldn't fit in here. Maybe I could change that for this one. I don't know. Let's see. Put this yellow one in here. And then I've got a good selection, okay? Now, to be clever, I've actually got two needle threaders, but I want to use this to take with me from time to time out to the lounge room and in here, because I'm going to be doing a fair bit of crazy patchwork too as well. So, for the start of this, I made the little... well, to start with, I've made these little blokes this morning. They're little suffle flowers or suffle puffs or yo-yos, whatever you call it, and then I've just put a bead around them. That one's a bit wonky, but that doesn't matter because the flower can be wonky, okay? This one here is made out of a really nice, very thin piece of fabric, which I really enjoy doing. I'm just going to show you a couple of things. I've done that using a piece of ribbon, grosgrain ribbon, that one, and in here I have some cotton wool balls because I'm going to do some padded ones. I have some ribbon with the wire in the edge. I've got a selection of little beads, a selection of little buttons. I have got a whole heap of silk ribbons, and these are silk ribbons. That's actually I can't even think of the name. Anyway, here I've got a selection of different colours too, and I've got some gold, some more gold, bit of blue, some of these threads here, there's blue one, and all the sorts of things that you could use, if you wanted to. And I've got some sequins too. I made sure I put some of them there, but I've only got small beads, and that's the idea. You don't need a big bead, I don't think, on a flower, unless you want to put one in the centre, but so I've got the small beads, and here I've got this piece here that I'm going to cut off these bits of flower, which I only want the smaller ones anyway, in case I feel like I need to put one of them on something, okay? So you can just cut that out of there. That works really easy, and you've got one of those. I've already done one. He's not real neat though. He's got a bit left on him here, right? And there's leaves, but they're not very predominant, but that doesn't matter. You can put that underneath something if you want to, but for what I'm doing now, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave them together so I can use that probably on something else another day, okay? So I'll leave that over there. I'm going to put this box over there too in a minute. Okay, so I'm sure everybody knows how to do one of these puffs, and all then I did was just do a little bit of beading around the edge of them. What do I do with the other one? They keep on disappearing on me, it's just they're disappearing in plain sight, I'd imagine. And then they're cotton wool balls, so you can use a cotton wool ball. You don't have to have the filling, because mine's behind me in a big pile in the corner, and I can't get out of it, so until I get this place sorted out a bit. What did I do with that other one? It was a really nice round one. It seems to have disappeared. It probably couldn't have gone that far. I won't worry about looking for it now. Okay, it could be in this box, couldn't it? Anyway, so that's what I'm going to use today, as far as I know, in what I'm doing. Now, I need somewhere to sit this, so I'm not going saying, where's that? I don't want to be doing that. I definitely don't want to be losing it. I don't know if it'll sit there, probably will. Me and hubby had a discussion about whether this thing was orange or yellow, this box, but it is. So far on here I've done, I've put it together. Only thing I've attached so far is that, and I don't know if it's going to stay there. I've done a bit of, I thought I had that in shot, every bit of it. I've done a bit of stitching there. It's a bit overcast here today. And I've done some crosses there. I've tacked that on a bit, tacked that round a bit better, just tacked all around the outside. Everything to me is sitting down well enough. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to just move the book that I'm putting them into over that way. Here. And we're going to get some tulle, because I'm going to try something with a bit of tulle. I think I want, actually, this is not tulle that I want to use because I like the colour. This is a piece of stuff that you use for knitting with coatings or something. But see, that's handy, you know, that's a really good handy thing. And there's some mauve, and they're the colours that I really enjoy using. I wanted something that's particularly stiff. I don't want it too soft, because I want it to sit up a bit. Okay, now I've never made one of these before. I do like to test just on these things. I don't know. Sorry about that, but you know, I want to look at something different. You know, I like to look at something different. So, the idea I have is I'm going to fold this and fold it, and I'll just go one way and back the other, and I've got probably a piece that's, maybe I should start out with just the one first and see what happens. No, I want to do it like this. Okay, Sonia, just do this, righto. Now how about we fold it half first. We need a piece that's about, I'm going to have to move that glass thing from under here. I've not been using that lately, and it's in sort of balking me. I'm going to have to put my other mat down when I fix my room. So there's 16 inches there on that bit, okay? So I've got a 16-inch piece of the pinky colour, whatever, I suppose it's salmon colour, isn't it, more or less? Okay, so now I hope this is long enough. So we're going to fold him in half, then I'm going to fold it in half again, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. All right, like that. So now that's pretty visible, isn't it? You can see it, you know, the colour. It's good, it's not too light, righto. Now I'm going to put it, will I put it on here? I suppose I'll have to, won't I, to get started? I mean, you can't really well not do. There's bits and pieces of stuff all over everything in my house. Flour and fluff. Okay, so I'll put it here. Let's put it at the top, righto. Now, we've got to think about this for a minute, because we're going to get another piece now. Right, we've got that bit. Now another piece 16 inches long, which is 41 centimetres about. Okay. And then we're going to fold this in half. And half again. And half again, righto. Try and get it reasonably, you know, straight. You want it to be tidy, okay? So now I've got two of these. I've got a little bead needle. I'm going to put that over here because I don't think I need that for the time being. I've got a nice needle here, and I need to find myself a piece of thread that is going to work with this colour. What'll I put on that? I need something a little bit different, don't I? I think that's it. I think this might be a little bit different thing. So, we're going to use a bit of this. And if this doesn't work, you won't see it. I'll just take the video down. I won't be able because I need to put some up. So I hope it's going to work for me. Rightio. Now, trial and error. You know, you got to have a go at some things, don't you? So this is going to go. Now I'm going to fold it back up again because it's coming undone. Don't know why my hair's in my eyes. I thought I'd put it back. I'm sure I tied it up. Oh, I slept like a log last night and yesterday afternoon. Now it might not be too. I hope it's not too big. I don't think it is. Going to go that way. And that's going to go that way. Now I'm just going to put a. I'm going to wrap this round here a minute just to see what happens. There we go. Hold it tight in there. Rightio. Now, that's going to go there, isn't it? Right. And then you get this piece. There's a bit of a hiccup on that, but that doesn't matter. We're not going to panic. I'm going to tie this, Let's tie it up, Just put a knot in it so it's... Because whether I want to put it down on my piece, it'll depend on how good I do it. Or not, you know. If we have a knot in that, that's a good idea. Look at that. Now that'll hang on to it. We won't do two, we'll only do one. We won't get too carried away. Now we've got that bit. Now we're going to fold this one in half and we're going to get this bit. You can do this with a piece of fabric too, I reckon, but I'm looking at doing this. I haven't, like, it's going to have to be a lot of work done to it still. It's just only, this is only the beginning, you see. You just got no idea how it's going to end up, do you, really? Okay. Now that's like that, isn't it? Another knot. Have another knot, Sonya. Okay. Alright, now. You need to cross them over like this because that's how that's going to work. I hope I haven't made too much work for myself. I've got a funny feeling I might have done. You know how that is. You get too much happening. Now, if I tied both of them twice, I don't know. This one here I may not have done. I did the second one though, didn't I? We're going to tie it twice. Okay. Then I'm going to get these... I'm thinking it's going to work, so I'm going to take these pieces through to the back. These pieces of string that I've got left here. I'm going to take these through to the back. I'm hoping it's going to work. How's that? I should be able to show you a couple of different versions of my flower ideas. Oh well, I'm sure there's somebody else's too, but you know, you need to... So if you've got both of them through there, you can pull it through to the back and it's on. It's on there, righto, it's on there. Now we'll do the same with this one. Cut that off there. And we'll take this through to the back. Fasten him on really good now. Now, what I was thinking about, I think might be a little bit too, a lot of work. This way might not be too bad. It just depends whether you know, feel like doing a lot of bits and pieces or not. It's up to yourself. Now I'm going to go through here. I should have took one either side, shouldn't I? Okay, we'll do that then. Take one little thread at one side and one thread the other side of that little piece of sort of bow looking thing. Puts that through there. That one. Alright. And come out there. Am I doing this the right way? Yes, where is it? Here. And then this piece can go through this side over here. Righto. And then if we get ourselves round to the back of the thing, we can tighten it all up. And if it doesn't work like we want it to, we can undo it real easy if we just tighten it, can't we? Righto. Now, should have 4 strings. There they are. Gee, that one's way over there, isn't it? Doesn't matter. You just need to really tie one around the whole lot here, two them all together. You just do it one time, and if you haven't got your strings long enough, which you probably should have thought to do that, please, so you remember, you can just glue it, I guess, carefully, but you have to wait for the glue to dry properly before you start doing anything else with it. Now I'm hoping that's tight enough for that. It's going to sit down good. Isn't that's ducky. Now the further idea I had of this was to actually sew all that part there, you know, like the centre, but we could put something in the middle of it, couldn't we? I did have the box with the things, didn't I? Here somewhere with the, got some little bits in it, some little bits and pieces. Or we could use a smaller flower, I suppose, for its centre, because that wasn't really what I was aiming for in the first place, but that looks cool. That looks really cool. How about we do something a bit pinker? Oh no. No, I made this one. Oh, it's not even cut apart yet. We'll see. This is an easy one to make, except it wasn't quite what I had in mind. But it's working this way, and that's good for me. I like it. Here's this other round one. It's still in the vicinity. That looks ducky. I think I like the way I've done that. I think it's an interesting piece, isn't it? Right? Now, it is a bit wobbly, so we'll have to sew it down a bit better. So I'm going to come up through the back because I've decided I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it because I haven't finished doing what I'm going to do with it yet, so I'm going to keep it. Have we got a knot? No. That was close. That was very close. Nearly lost it. Okay. Hello. My air conditioner needs to be turned up a bit. I'll have to speak to hubby about that. It's only purring away there slowly. It's fiddling about a lot. Okay, so we've got that bit. Do you reckon that'll look all right in the middle, or should I put something smaller? Let me see. No. How about a button? I like these, but that's not big enough, is it? I suppose it could be all right. The white one might look good. Okay, come on, out you come. Don't be fiddling about there. This is neat, this tiny little one, isn't it? Beaut. I'll have to use that in here. How about a square one? Right, okay. We just have to do a bit of trial and error here. Well, I might as well do the cutting bit and just see what it looks like. Okay, so you're going to go under here and you're going to cut these apart, okay? Where you folded it. The folds are going to be cut apart. Okie dokie. That looks cool. Does that look good? That come apart? No, not yet. Now, you can trim it up like that, but I don't know if I want to do that. I just don't feel... I might undo this so it's not balking me, you know, because it's swinging around there, and I just want to take... Got a few strings here, I better tie them up a bit. Cut them back, I should say. I should cut them back a bit now that they're tied up. Righto. Now, what am I up to? Cutting them back. These bits here. So you just go under there and just cut that where the folds were. This one. Now, if you think they're too long, I suppose you could trim that off too, like the length of them, and get through there. Right, gotcha. Now, all good, all coming apart now, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits. All them bits. A bit here. Not done yet. But it doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of choice what you want to do. But I think cutting is the idea. I can't get that to go through there. I'm just going to snip it across the whole thing there. Now, okie dokie. Right, I might have to cut a bit off that one. He's a little bit long, that end bit. Righto. Now, I suppose we could do a bit of a fluffy up thing. If you wanted to, give them a bit of a cooch. Stick them up a bit, you know, so they look a bit substantial. You know, a bit of flower there. That's pretty good. Now all I do need is the centrepiece, don't I? The centrepiece. I couldn't decide on that as usual about that. That looks pretty good. It's very, very laid back though, isn't it? Pale, sort of. very, very laid back kind of thing. I cut that bit off. It's too busy. That bit there to come off. It's too busy. Righto. If I put that there and then that there, I think I like that. I mean, that's a little different, that flower. It's a little different. Oh, hang on. All that. What do you reckon? Oh, I think I'll have that one. Don't you think? Yes, I do think. I think so, Sonia. I think that'll look better. You're going to put that on another thing. You don't have to worry about that. It'll be fine. Okay, so let's just put these back in here and I'll just stitch that on. And then we'll do another one of something else different. I thought about sewing all that, you know, to pad it up a bit, but like across here, because then that'll stick out. And you could do that too. You could keep stitching that down. But I might do that on a smaller version of one, I think, because this is going to hold that down, and then you're going to have these, you know, nice flip bits at the back. Now, I need something the same colour as me pink. Oh, well, not the same colour. I'll use the thread I always do and find it. Oh, it's a bit thick, that one. I think that's a bit too thick, that stuff that I've been using. I like these. This is like the colour of calico that I bought these threads. I got. Come on out of here. Come on out. Not meant to get anything out of a container. You're not unless you've got a pair of shears or something with you. Oh dear. I need to put something in the centre of this, don't I? Ow! I got myself for that. What do I put in the centre? Because it's empty centre, isn't it? Maybe just a small pearl or something. Oh, that's good that turned off. You know what? A pearl button would be a good idea. I'm not actually stitching around the edge. I'm just going to stitch the middle bit there. Pearl button would be good, wouldn't it? I've got some interesting bits in this one. They have them shanks on the back of them. It doesn't want to play nice at all, does it? Oh, isn't that pretty? I'm going with that. I'm having that in there. So I'm going to... Oops, better come through the right side, eh? I think I've got a whole heap of those. I have too. They are really nice with the shank on them, aren't they? We'll maybe have a couple more, eh? Just to put in the packet with me other things. There's 2. You know, that box that I got. So I can continue working with and they're sticky flowers, those ones. They're actually used for paper stuff. That one I don't know if I'll use it. It's a little bit big. Right, come through the front, Sonya. Oh, well, it's high. Not as, whoops, where am I going to go through here? It's not as much as it's big, it's just it's very high. So this one's a lot flatter down, this one. So if you put that through the button and stay in the middle of this hole here, so you can pull that down into the hole, that thickest part of it, of the button, the base, the shank of the button can go down in the hole in the flower, you think. Righto, that's nice, I like it. I probably should put it through again though, you reckon? Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Make sure it's not flopping around. Oh no, seems to be pretty tight. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Okay. Just have another knot. It's put on there pretty tight, so it should stay, I hope. I won't be waving around in the breeze anytime. Come here. Needle. Rightio. That was a fast decision I made on that button, wasn't it? What do you think about that? Isn't that gorgeous? So I've already incorporated a few things in that. A bit of tulle, a bit of flower, some beads and a button. There's a lot in that one. That one. Yes, Sonya. Okay, so now I want to make I need a circle because I'm going to make... I don't know if I've got any cut out. I've got a little tiny one there. Right. Okay. Just fishing around over here. I'm not too far away from you. Kind of sort of don't know. This is what we want to make, one of these now. We've already done one of these before, but this is a tiny bit too big, or maybe not, but I think so. I think it is. So I'm going to make a smaller circle and show you that one. It's not hard. Do I do it with a bit of ribbon, I wonder? No, I won't. I'll do it. I've got this. I'm a fan of that. You have to like what you're doing, don't you? You can't do it if you don't. It's a good idea if you do. I wonder if I'll do it with that. Wow, that'll look good. Oh, this one too. Okay, let's do this one here. Now we want to make a circle that's not too big, right? And it's not that hard, but if you want to draw a line, I'm going to draw a line because I cut out some there this morning trying to make that, and I got a few wonky bits. I know you fold it over and then fold it back that way. But when I did that, it didn't work as good as I'd have liked it to. It was too out of whack. Well, see, I've got this tape here I can use to make a circle. Look, I don't think it'll be too big. Well, see, that's the size of that one, but it's got to be turned up, so maybe I can make it that size. And I'll put a line around here, and I'll cut inside the line. And I don't know why I put it over on the middle of the piece of material, because that's just wrong, Sonya. You just wasted all that. Never mind, it'll be fine. It will be fine, nobody worry. I wanted to make a few of these though, so I could make some smaller ones, but I think it might be pretty tricky. The smaller you get, the harder it is to do, really. But anyway, there you go, piece of thread, and I'm just going to turn, I like the colour of that, I'm just going to turn this up don't think this is too loud. Nope, I'm going to show you a ribbon. That's what I better get on to that too. So let's just get this done, and then we're going to show you how to put a bit of a ribbon thing on there, because I'm going to do some ribbon leaves, I think, with the silk ribbon. It's not hard silk ribbon embroidery. It's just a matter of, you know, how you go about it. Ouch! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but I hope I'm not. Ooh. Had our booster yesterday, me and Jeremy. We both went in together, of course, and we're in the what's the name, nurses' rooms out the back of the doctors, and I sat on the seat, and they did mine, and he sat down next to. I said, "Come on, sit here." He sat down next to me, and I watched the lady give him the needle, and it went in about that far. I thought, oh my goodness me. We've both been all right. Arm's a tiny bit sore just to touch, you know, where the needle went in, and that's okay. That's fine. Been poked and prodded now for ages, different things. But anyway, so it's all good now. That's me booster done. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to talk about it anyway. Really, I shouldn't be, because I don't like to talk about it. It's something that everybody's talking about everywhere and all the time, you know. So you sort of. You don't have a choice, really, do you? It just happens. It's just talked about. Now, when you pull that up, you want to leave a little bit of... I'm going to do this other side. You want to leave it so it's... Well, I can't. I was going to leave it so I could see a bit of the back part of it too, but you sort of can. Look, you can see the frill around the back. So you can see that it's three-dimensional, can't you? That's pretty easy. Right. Now, I'm going to have to... first of all, I'll... make it like it is a puff. Right, we'll just do it like a puff to start with, because we can end it off there first. I'll end this off here. I'd have been a bit happier with myself if I'd have used the same colour cotton, I think. The yellow, because it'll... Now don't go right through your piece, because your flower thing, because that won't work like that if you do. Now, right, now just pull that up there, like so. Easy. Very easy. Right. Now I'm going to put this here up through the middle, like that. Now, I'm going to do, instead of putting the stamens in there like that, I think I'll put some sewing in there. What do you reckon? I'm going to put this up here so I can bring that... Oh, well, maybe I'll put the stamens in it. I will, because... do I know where they are? I did have them, didn't I? Because they were in the flower box. Yes, I do know. Here they are. They're here. Nobody panic. I'm sure they're here in this flower box. And when I got into there the other day, didn't I started fiddling around with the leaves too. Can't leave things alone, Sonya. I'm sure they're in here, aren't they? Oh, I hope so. Right. What do I do with them? Oh dear me. I might have to do my own. You can do your own with a bead. Alright. Would be good to get into the habit of putting things back. I thought I'd put them back though. No. I used to say things like, I thought such and such, and my mother would say to me, well, you know what thought done? And I thought to myself, well, I really don't. I never said that to her. Now what thought done, she would say to me. I forget. No, I don't know what thought done at all. Anyway, never mind. Ah, dear, when you're kids, you don't understand these things, do you really? I still don't know what thought did. Anyway, looks like I'm going to have to do the... I wonder what I did with those. Oh, Sonya, are they in here? No. Remember before I was looking at stuff for stuff and it's fair in front of my eyes. Put it there so I could find it, you know, how that is. I do it all the time. I was really pleased with myself before I come on here. I thought, oh, look at that, you've got everything ready. Didn't think about the stamens in that, and I need to get on with this because I want to do the ribbon embroidery. So, let's just fasten this onto the back of the piece. I mean, we'll sew this on here, and then we've got to make a stem going to it, of course, like, you know, so we can hang it down, and I'll do that, but I just want to fasten it on there so I know where it is anyway to hold it down. I'll show you it's easy to make the stamens, really easy, but, and I want it round the other way because I can see that stitch there. And then I want to do a few more of those. Now I've got some ribbon embroidery here, just so it just happens to be handy. And I wanted to do these leaves here. I'll show you how to do these leaves down a bit of this. I don't want too much because I'm going to have more stems. And I should have got onto those earlier, but I didn't, so that happens, doesn't it, really? Here's a piece here. It could go somewhere there. If I put that there, I can imagine that I can put a couple of leaves here out of the ribbon. Okay, so let's do some ribbon embroidery. Okay, now, I want something pretty. I've got some greens here. Seam binding, that's what that orange thing is. It just come to me. I've got a whole heap of ribbons, but I love that colour. It's one of my favourites. One of my very favourites. I could possibly use a bit of that though, but that's very pale. There's a bit of green seam binding. Now I'm thinking about having a go at doing some of that, but I don't know yet. We won't get too excited just yet. This is a nice one. Then I do like that. That's one of my favourites there. I might try that one there though. Okay. So these are all different lengths. That's 3 yards, which is 2.75 metres, and it is 4 millimetres wide. Okay, so that's that one. And that's the same sort of width, same amount of yardage, same with that one, and same with that one. But you can get them wider, and you can buy all sorts of. You can get variegated. You can get this organza ones, organza ribbon. That's not a silk one. That's just an organza ribbon. Probably try using that on something too in a minute, but we'll just use this one here. Now this is actually a fake silk ribbon. I know, yeah, but it is because it's I've got miles of it, and my mother bought it from somewhere. I don't know where she got it from, but it's not real, but it'll work. It will work. You don't have to pay a lot of money. Sometimes you won't. Just depends where you buy it from. Okay, so now you need a needle that's got a good size eye in it, that's going to take that width of ribbon there, see, and it's got a reasonably good bar on it thing. There's this part here and a very sharp point. Okay, very sharp point. I even think I've got to go for this. I've got to go with this one. I just can't handle that other colour for some reason. I've just got, this is why I got so much of this, because I just don't use it. I'm going to use this one. Now you only need to take off about that much. You don't want too much, because you do not fold this over. It's not how it works. Okay, so you just want that much. Right. You thread your needle through the eye of, you put your ribbon through the eye and the needle. You then put your needle back through the end of your ribbon, it's like so it doesn't come off, right? It will come off when you cut it when you're finished, of course, but you won't keep unthreading it. Plus you don't have to have a whole heap, because it's really a lot harder to pull through, and you don't want to have to get the pliers out. You can make a knot, or you can fix it later on the back if you don't pull it all the way through. If you're very careful and you don't pull it all the way through, you can actually sew it down later on the back, but I'm going to make a little knot there, so that's just easy enough. And then you want to just come up through, I'll come up here where this, now when I go through the back, I've got to make sure, and keep doing this, won't you, because I've said this before many times, look at what you're going through, especially when you've got the ribbon, because the ribbon's going to get caught in itself and pull it, and it'll, if you go through the ribbon, you'll wreck your stitch. Okay, now you just want to lay that flat along there like that. Come up about that far, because I don't think you need too big a one. Go down in the middle of your ribbon, hang on to this here with your finger, pull it through slowly and carefully, best you can, and when you get to there you just slightly let go of it until it comes to a point like that, so you've got a leaf. Okay, and we'll do that one again, but look at the back, make sure you're not going anywhere near that or that, because you don't want it. Now this leaf can come down a bit further, you don't have to be exactly on the same spot, do they? And then, I know it's a small leaf for a very large flower, but that's possible. That is possible to do. Okay, so we want to put that up there, lay it flat, put your needle down in, try and get it the same size as the other one, right? Come round, hang on to it. You've got control. Make sure you're not pulling anything else under this needle through. You don't want to wreck it. Just go steady until it comes to a point. If you go any further, it'll go down in there and it won't look pointy like a leaf would, if you know what I mean. It won't just look like a leaf would. But anyway. So, well, there's two. You know, I suppose I could do another one here somewhere close. It'll look okay, won't it? So there's a little gap here, and I'm not a big fan of that, so I'll put another piece of thread over that later. I probably will. Now see, I've only got those two there, and I want to come a long way away, so I'm going to cut this off, because later I'm going to come back and I'm going to very carefully stitch it to itself. So now I cut that off, and I'm going to come down a bit further down the stem to put a couple more stitches on. You don't want to take it back behind the back, because you'll use too much of your ribbon that way. So I'm going to come down here, because I want to put a few, like I said, a few pieces going that way, and there, because I want to put more. So let's put a couple down here on this bit. Put a couple of leaves down here. Okay, so I've got the knot in the back. I'm going to go over here in the middle of that. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to hang on to it with my fingers. I'm going to make this a bit shorter, right? Once you do this, your ribbon is worked and you cannot do it, you know, you're not going to be able to use it again, okay? Because you can't get it undone. So look at the back. Make sure you're not poking anything through there, because if you catch that and it pulls through, it'll take your work undone. The nice piece that you've done on the front there, it'll come undone. Okay, so now there's a little bit of a crease there because where it was rolled up, but it's okay, it's going to look fine. And we do another stitch. I may put more leaves on here, but I just wanted to show you those ones for today, okay? Now if you've got a bit wider stuff, and we have got that seam binding, I suppose we could try that. I'll just hook that through the back there carefully. Oh no, I pulled on the thing. It's all right, nobody panic. Right, so I've got that bit there, and that'll make another leaf. And then I'm going to go back here where I left that piece waving round, and I'm just going to put a stitch very carefully, not pulling on your work one bit whatsoever. Just put a stitch through both those pieces and get it hooked up there. You got it stitched on, okay, so it's not going to come undone. Right, make sure you end that off there, and this is hooked through there so he won't come out. You know, you need to be really flogging it around if you're going to break it. Now, it's just a few minutes and do a bit wider piece, hey? I wonder what this is going to look like, how it'll work. These things keep going up and down the road today, dragging stuff. I don't know what's going on. Jeremy says he usually put those things on the back of a truck that's going up and down out there. I don't like the colour of that. It's too green, isn't it? But you know what? When I'm looking at this, I'm thinking those flowers will look, those leaves look big if they were bigger. But I'm going to be able to disguise that in some way along the track if I'm not really happy with that. Now, these are real easy to make. That's the same way I did that one, okay, but it's a bit thicker thing, so therefore it's better. I'm going to try and see if I can find some. I have a what's the name here, container full of ribbons, like the ones I want, because if you get a ribbon, you don't want anything too stiff. In here I've got a piece, I know I have, I'm sure I've got a piece of to show you. Somewhere here. Should have got a piece of ordinary ribbon. when I say ordinary, it's silk. But you can use the satin ribbon. Here we are. You can use this satin ribbon as long as it's soft, because some of them that you get are really, really stiff and they don't work very good. This is a really soft one, okay? I'm going to give you a little idea. I don't think I'll use this colour on mine because I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with this even. I've just got the bit I'm started so far. You do it the same way. Thread it through. This is not cut very nice. Is it? Let me do this. And I'll just give you a look at what you do on the piece of material, because this is, I would use this sort of ribbon, but maybe not this colour, that's the thing, and I'm going to waste your time while I'm fiddling around looking for something. So we do the same thing, you know, we take it back through the end so we've got hold of it and make a knot, okay? Because I'd like to do some ribbon flowers on here. So it takes a bit to get it through. You need something that's really open weave, the fabric. This is calico or homespun, and it's a little bit tough. You need to get something like, I've got there, but see there's a lot of thicknesses of them too. What's the name works really good. When I say what's the name, I mean linen is very good. Cotton fabric, not so great. Go through felt really well. You need something that's open weave. And why haven't I got something here handy for myself? Well, when I say open weave, it's not tight. Well, that one is tight. This one isn't. See this here? It'll sew through here really good because you can nearly see through that. A really nice piece of I should have put that on here, shouldn't I, to show you, because it's not going to play nice for me on this bit. I'll cut that off there. I'll just show you on this piece. It'll go through a lot easier because it's open weave. If you try to put it through something else, it won't work very good. Now we're going to make a flower petal. So you just go down there, come up here, go through, and it gets a little bit tough, and I'm holding on to that piece there that I didn't put a knot in. It doesn't look as good, I don't think. I'll show you example. See, that's the silk ribbon, and this is the other stuff. It's just my opinion. I mean, that woven rose is made out of the satin ribbon, and it's fine. It looks really good. This one's a silk ribbon one, and it looks really nice, the woven rose. So anyway, just showing you that will work. It's just a preference, I suppose. So you could do the leaves with it as well, I suppose. You just do them. See, that goes through there really good because this is a very well, it's not woven very tight. You don't want something that's really tightly woven because it won't work, okay? So I can take those out of there, but I have wasted that bit of ribbon. But, you know, I just wanted to show you that you can do it. It does work. Yeah. I'll get it off there one day. Anyway, so this is a really nice piece of linen that I got the other day, or a while back, I think. And it's just the thing to work on, just the thing to do it, and embroidery stitching and that on it is absolutely fantastic. So I needed to have some flowers too that I wanted to cut out to put on these. So we've got lots of work still to do on my piece. I just wanted to show you a few bits and pieces this morning. So I hope you enjoyed doing that, and I'll get back on here shortly and we'll make the little stamens for that, because we can do those out. I want to insist on keep turning around. I'll do some more of those, but I don't know. I'll get on here as soon as I can to show you that. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.